Good evening, everybody. Uneducated economist here. So the other day I heard a guy say that the markets have already priced in the rate cuts. And I thought, well, good. No more credible threats. But is the Federal Reserve really going to be going back into a quantitative easing? So you think about it. The quantitative easing program, they were printing up money and buying U.S. Treasuries. They were buying these Treasuries to try and drop the interest rates on the U.S. Treasuries. And this cheaper interest rates was for the government to be able to borrow money and stimulate the economy with all their government programs. But these low interest rates found their way into houses, cars, student loans, credit cards, everything else you borrow money to buy. So right now, the Federal Reserve is unloading their balance sheet. They're getting rid of those treasuries that they had bought, and they're bringing those dollars back into the bank. And this is causing the dollar to strengthen, the shrink in the liquidity. At the same time, you're finding U.S. treasuries are dropping in interest rates. So if you go into usdebtclock.org and you go to the lower left-hand corner, you're going to see the amount of issuance and the amount of foreign buyers. And you see the foreign buyers of U.S. treasuries is far outpacing the amount being issued right now. And this is causing the interest rates on those treasuries to drop. And you can see it in the markets here in the United States because mortgage rates are dropping as well. So at the same time you're having cheaper interest rates, the Federal Reserve is strengthening their dollar. So how are they going to stimulate the economy if they have this scenario going on? Well, the government and the Federal Reserve is going to have to issue out checks. They're going to have to stimulate the economy with helicopter money. See, if they try and loan it into the system, you're going to see houses, cars, and student loans and everything else that you borrow money for just go to the moon. But if they just hand us money, we can take that money and we can go and stimulate the economy. See, they want to see it in consumer prices. They don't want to see it in houses. They don't want to see it in cars. They don't want to see it in student loans. They want to see it in consumer prices. And the only way they can do that is just to hand us money. Now, people are going to use the argument that if they just start handing out money, then you're going to scare off them foreign buyers of all those U.S. treasuries. So offer them up a 5-year gold bond. So at the end of 5 years, you can either get a set amount of money or you can get an ounce of gold. And if you're continuing to strengthen the dollar, at the end of that 5 years, you're probably going to want to take the dollars because the dollars would end up buying more than the gold you're being offered. So this is a way that they can stimulate the economy with helicopter money and drive the wedge to go back to the gold standard. And if that doesn't work, it doesn't matter because cryptos are taking over anyway. Uneducated economist. You guys let me know.